Guys, this is the legendary video for the bros. For the guys 1822. I'm recording this video as a manual how to start, how to launch your life, how to become rich and ATC. Also, guys, you are thinking that all you need is money to launch. There are a lot of information and most of them giving something useful only mid-sentence. It will be maximum practical. I will tell you a lot of experience from my life because I think and I can give the statement that in this area of my life in 1820 from 18 until 25 I was very successful. Yes, I think that my experience can be a manual how to launch your life because welcome you're in a game with the name of life. And I wish somebody told me this back then when I was 18. I was very lucky this time because I lost my father in 14 and I had to move. Why 1822 area? Because this sort of guys at the start, you are not even living your life now. You must understand that you're preparing for life. And for me, as I understand, 25. And the experience after 25 is something another level. The life turns another side to you. And it's you become so lucky. All your sins and your mistakes back very fast, boomerang, working very fast. And after 30, it becomes again another life, and lives work like this. There is like milestone. This milestone is 18. And if you are 18 now and you're viewing this video, you're extremely lucky because you will get the main information that can help you to start your life. Now you are preparing to live. I know that the most interest of you is in girls, money, and etc. We'll start how to get money because I think for men it is the main thing. If you haven't got money, you will not have anything in your life. First of all, you must understand that you need to stop watching videos and with your time. This video you will get everything, but you don't need to seek purpose in this area of your lifetime because the only purpose of 18 years old guy is to be prepared for the life. If you're a drug addict, if you are in drugs and alcohol, first thing what you need to do is stop, totally stop using any drugs. Because if you will not stop this, you will not prepare for 25 years and you will start your life from not a zero because most of people start from zero. You will start from minus. You will from debt. You will be outsider. I wish that you understand me. Stop alcohol, stop drugs. And the second thing you must know, you stop to hang out the sort of people who using drugs and wasting their times. If they haven't got any dream to which is aligned with your dreams, you don't need to hang out with this sort of people. The main thing, how to get cash without anything from zero. Imagine you can do everything, even if you have now parents who supporting you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which passport you have. It doesn't matter. Anything doesn't matter. Why? Because you're 18 years old. Energy. This is main thing in this life. And you must to use this energy. Because after 25, it will be another life. Even if you're living as whole of this earth. Because nowadays, especially with internet, it doesn't matter. Real. Even back then, it it wasn't the main thing. But now you haven't got any argument. We're going to main thing, how to get cash. At first, you must to understand that you are very perspective guy. You're 18 years old. You are the man and you will be rich and very successful. The second thing is that you must to act, operate in this life nowadays without any help. If your parents want something or somebody want from you something, it doesn't matter. Now, only what you want matter. It means also that you don't put any hopes to another people. I, I also must to say one thing about university. If you are going to university because your parents said like this, you must know one thing that if you go there and they will pay a lot of money, but you don't want to go there, it will be a waste of money. The only thing why you can go to university, first, you want to go there and you see your a milestone in your life first, and the second you want to run away from your city or place where you're living. You want to relocate. You want to run away from your parents or something like this. If not, we are not talking about any university studying and etc. etc. Because it's all bullshit. You don't need all of them to get some money. You can start anything what you want. If you have an idea, the first thing that you need to materialize your idea is to find somebody who will support you, like a partner. Why it's so important? Because if you haven't got money, it is the only way how to increase your source, your resources. It's another person who will also support the idea. It's one of the rules of sales. We're pitching, first of all, to the friends and fools. And after only when we are successful in this circle, we can pitch our to professionals and investors, etc. etc. Find a partner. And you can ask now, Nijat, what are you talking about? What idea? I have an idea. This is very interesting. If you're a sort of person who haven't got any idea in his life, what you need to do? You need to stop and find a proper idea. And believe me, it doesn't matter which area of business you will enter. It can be anything: internet, real life, like offline business. It can be real. It can be any shit. It doesn't matter because you're 18 years old. You have huge amount of energy. Believe me, it's very, 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 very important, and it costs a lot. To get me better, I will tell you about my experience. I started when I was in university. And also, I want to tell you that when I start my university, at first year, I understand that what it was mistake. And I wasn't interested in this. It was in Moscow. And in Russia, studies, it's not so, how to say, it's not so expensive. It's not like in America, not like in England, but it costs money. I graduated university, but when I was there, I started to search an idea, and the first idea of mine was to sell SIM cards because it was like it was some sort of media action of one company. They had a giveaway of the SIM card for free. It was a chance you can take 20 SIM cards, find a beautiful number, and sell it in university. I was doing this sort of shit maybe 1 month. And this time I had a girlfriend and she helped me also. I will maybe result a few numbers. It wasn't a big deal. I earned maybe 50. I'm just telling them how I was searching an idea. After, the one guy who was friend of mine said me about selling cars. That his family selling cars. They have a dealership. We can order in another dealerships type of cars that are in big line. People are waiting for these cars, and after to sell it with some gain, with some sort of cash. I was excited. It's good idea. We can do some money. Let's start. And you must understand that I will be frankly and honestly with you that I take some cash from my mother, but when I was selling SIM cards, it was for free. And there are a lot of sort of ideas that you can start without any amounts of money. Do you understand what I say? Also, you can borrow some money from friends and family if you can. If you can't, do not whine that, oh, my life is not like you. I'm so unlucky. Just shut up. Be a man. You need a balls. Because if you want to do something in this life, the only thing you need is balls. Even if you haven't got a leg or hand, it doesn't matter. If you have good balls, everything will come to you. You need to find an idea. For me, it was selling cards, but you must understand it wasn't the business where I earned my first $1 million. And when I'm talking about $1 million, I'm serious. I earned my first $1 million before I was 26, I think. 26 or 27. It was like I was earning sort of a half million in a year. And it's not in Europe, in Moscow. You can double this money. In 2 years, I was earning like 1 million. But before, before 5 years, before this, it wasn't like earning millions or thousands. It was like, everything started from $50, bro. Everything. And even when I was selling cars, it was like 20 for one car. We can get 25,000 rubles. It was $700, I think, at that time for one car. But I was sharing this money with my friend. He was partner, and he wasn't using any money. Money was mine, so he was using me. It's another example for you that if you have any chain that working and gaining money, you can find a guy who have money and he will invest. You understand? It's like a partnership. After selling cars, one friend of mine who was my neighbor, and I was familiar with him with about 15, 16 years. We was a good friend, and he was working a lawyer in a company, and they're earning maybe a few $1,000s, $3,000 or $4,000 at the time. And he asked me, "What are you doing?" And why I'm talking about it? Because that time he was earning much more than me, but he was interested because he saw that I'm doing business, and he was interested because he saw that this guy doing something, and this is the main thing: hustle, do something, and guys who have same will be interested in you. I want to I want to write this to attract. If you want to attract people who want to do something for money earning, you must have this frequency. Believe me, everything starts from zero because this is the game. If you will start any game, you will understand the mindset of this game. Any game starts from the zero level, first level. And at first level, it's it's much more easier. If you're 18 years old, life will be very, very easy for you. The only thing that you must to do is to hustle, to do something. Manifesting, working. But type of shit in your life now. Things that you need from manifesting is to know that your dreams will be true. Have a pen and write what you want in this life. You can download the photos, your dreams, and get energy from it. You get motivation and hustle, hustle, hustle. You're searching idea. Next step. When you find an idea to start, it it must not be a good idea. Something that you feel you can start. The second thing that I will write down is start anything. Why you can start anything? Bro, because it will lead you. It's life is a path. If you enter this path will lead you to next milestone, to the next pivot. I'll give you example from my life. When my friend said I'm hustling, I'm doing something and I'm earning some money and he saw me successful, he asked me, what are you doing, Nija? And he got an answer from me that I'm selling cars, la 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 la, and I'm doing some sort of business. I said him honestly that I'm not so happy. I want something better. And he said me, what do you think? Can we do something together? It was now I have another partner. Because the first one wasn't a proper partner. He was using me. He, yes, he was giving me an opportunity to sell cars, but he was earning and not doing nothing for me. He just gave me opportunity. I find the car. I sharing money with him. That's all. Nothing more. I gain another partner, and now we can do something else. Ask me what we can do. I had an idea. It was like I don't know. It comes out of blue. I said the guy who with I'm selling cars has a father, and they have a dealership of cars, and also they have a sauna. And you know, this guy said me that his father's sauna working much better. That sauna bringing a lot of money. That guys coming, chilling out there and bringing girls and etc. etc. It brings money, and I was some sort of excited. In those time, I was in the sauna first time in my life. If you don't know, it's like in Russia, it's like sauna, banya. It's a place to chill out. Like people in America, maybe you can gather for a barbecue to drink and go to a restaurant. In Moscow, you can go also to restaurant, but some sort of chilling is in sauna, especially in winter. He said me, yes, yes, we can start. And very interesting moment when nothing happened yet, but there is a commitment to start. And you don't have money, you don't have network resources, anything to start. You don't have anything, but you have commitment. And you have another guy who has also the same goal. You are uniting your energy, uniting your ideas, your brain, everything, and start to brainstorming how we can get this, how we can start. Example from my life. After our commitment, a few days left, and he called me. My friend called me and said me, there is another guy. He's my friend. And you know, I've been familiar with this guy because I met him one time in my life. I saw him before. And he want to talk with us, and he has another idea. I said him that we want to open a sauna, and he said me, bro, why sauna? I have a better idea. Let's open a club, a nightclub. Do you see? The path was leading was like a miracle, just because we was lucky, we was young, and God always helps to youngsters. And this is another moment that I want to tell you about God. You must to understand that this game is planned like this game instruct you from God. This is the world where everybody will ask you to be their slaves. You must know that to go to work in bank it's slavery. To go to work for a big company it's slavery. You must understand that there is two sorts of brands that works, two sorts of companies, two sorts of business that really works. First of them are system companies like McDonald's, like big banks, like any big holding company, etc., can give you a work. You can't you can't beat them in their game. It's how to say they are much bigger than you. But there is second sort, a legendary brand, and this is the next. This is the next thing that I will write down for you. And yes, I remember that I want to say about God for you. And this is linked things because every legend starts because he was blessed for this, because it's good for your development, because God is giving this for you, because it will develop you. Let's close this about brands. Yes, you must remember there is two sorts of brands. You'll ask me, what about normal business that are not legendary and not everybody knows and not bringing? We don't talk about this. It's bullshit. It's you open something and work for yourself, but you are not earning a lot of money. It's not business. You're like you are slave of your own business because it doesn't bring money. What are you talking about, bro? It's bringing $5,000, but I'm always in debt because it's not enough, and etc. etc. I'm working 18 hours a day. No, it's not business. Business can be only system or legendary. Two types of business: system or legendary. And when I'm talking about system, it's metrics. It's well-known metrics. It's where you don't want to go. If you go there, you'll be slave, not of God. You'll be slave of the system. About God, it's very easy, bro. You must know, and I'm frankly to say, I'm Muslim. You must know, I'm not Christian, but it doesn't matter. When you are talking about God, God is one. There is 10 Abrahamic rules. How to say in English? In English, it's the 10 commandments. And this is the main manual. Everything that I'm talking about, it's describing this manual. You must understand that I'm nothing talking from myself. It's information comes from me, but life. That's how this works. And the commandment is, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." And when you will think about this, it's about icons. Nobody can be your icon in this life. It means that you must to think your own head. You can't be slave of anything in this life. It can be a company. It can be another man. Nobody. This is the basement. If you want something in this life and you want to manifest it, ask it from God. Pray. The prayer is very important because it helps you. You have an ally, the, and you have an ally, the God, the most powerful ally you can ever find. You must understand that I am Muslim. I'm praying 5 times a day, but this is not about religious. You can do it any way you want, but don't forget that nobody will really help you but God. All other sort of lies are not your lies. They are one of two. They are timely, given for you, like a friend or your teachers or something sort of. For the second one, your enemies. There is no another variant. I wish you understand me. Another thing about God. Until you are young, you haven't got too much sins. That means you're mentally healthful. You're feeling you're good. But if you will commit a lot of things, you will drain your energy. You will drain out your energy and you will be empty. If you are empty, you haven't got energy, you haven't manifest anything. It doesn't work. If you're doing bad things, if you're doing bad stuff, you must to stop. You must to stop for your future. Because after 25, this life will be way more tough for you. So try do things. No drugs, no bad woman, even adultery and sort of fornication is not good for you. I will not even talk about some robbery and another sort of this shit. Please, yes, you can risk, you can do anything in this life, in this period of life, but away from gangs, stay away from big scenes, and you'll be on the right path. This is all what I wanted to say you. And if you are not an idiot, you will understand me. Because the game changer is linked with God. He will help you. Where we stop? Yes, it was about system and legendary brand. Our goal is to start something legendary. Why? Because the main idea is to start a business that will provide you. And when talking about providing, even if you don't work, it give you some cash. And example from my life, if you remember, guy wanted to meet with us. Of course, I was agree because was how to say. Of course, I was agree because it was like we get in the zone, we're on the wave, we on good mood, we're starting. It was meeting about his idea, and this is one very good advice for you. Sometimes you start from this shit idea, you're doing something, you believe in yourself, you stay on your path, and you attract people, and the life gives you a proper idea. Of course, now I can tell that for me it was very dangerous. Yes. It was very dangerous because it was a nightclub. It was a place where when you can destroy yourself, because nightclub is the worst place for the young guy, especially if you're earning money from this. It's very destroying. But how I understand now, it was very good for my development, because for me it was a very good school. I understand everything about life. I'm get prepared for this life. But this video is not about me. This is manual, and I must to say you everything clear how it was. I'm talking about my experience, only example for you. For the business, it was a proper idea. I need to agree with this. To open a nightclub. And you will ask me, bro, how you can open something so expensive? This was also my question. I asked him that how we can open it. I think it's quite complicated and a little bit expensive. But he said that we can handle it. This is another example of that. That when you are gathering together, you can handle and manage much more bigger problems than you can alone. And at this age, you can't be alone. Please remember this. It's not for you to be alone until 25. After 25, this is what you need in your life. But before 25, for you. How to start something big like this without money? To be honest, we have some money, but it wasn't enough. And how I was talking about this before, when you start something, the path leading you by its own. It was, I'm talking about my example, how it was. The first thing that we made, we start to visit this sort of places. And you must know that I was quite young and I wasn't too much clubbing because I haven't got too much money for this. And I was like living in the economy regime. We started to visit this sort of place. It was like an investment in our future because we must understand how to open this sort of shit. You see, I'm not even professional. I'm starting this sort of shit just because we have a commitment. After a month or two of this visiting, we have we had some sort of idea what we want to open. In one of days, the third guy called me and said that I found another partner, and he is already club owner, and he want to open another club, and he's agreed to meet with us. As you see, I met him first time before we become a partner. Life lead me to this guy, and already he was 38 years old. He was quite quite famous in Moscow. I'm drinking tea, by the way. It helps to concentrate. Chinese tea. Puer. He was also already famous, and he had club. What is this? It's another lesson for you. Find somebody who is already doing this shit and try to get a partnership with him. All sort of partnership. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matter that you will get his resource, his source, and it will help you very, very much. You can't be alone in AT, and you can't hang out with dunks who using drugs, drinking alcohol, and not doing anything for his future. And on the meeting with this guy, he was from Bulgaria, and he was club owner already in Moscow. To be honest, we haven't got any chance. I don't know what happened. It was a miracle. My partner, who was my friend of mine for a long years, like my second partner, said him that he has a lot of friends and he will fulfill our club with his friends, and he got clients. And it worked. I don't know how. It was a miracle. This guy decided to invest in our club. From this time, we got an investor. And I even don't know what to say for you even more, because I think that it's enough to understand how to start, how to launch. But I will tell you my story to the end, and you will get everything maybe what can help you. We did a plan how to start. It was an idea. It was some sort of planning where we tried to understand how it will be look like, to invent a concept of the club. After we find a real estate guy who will help us to find a location. We doesn't, to be honest, we didn't know anything about this. And one guy called me. He was like a family friend. He said me there is a guy who is struggling with his bar, and now it's closed, and everything is ready. You don't need to any renovation. Everything is ready. It's bar. You can start. And now you can decide it. Oh, this lucky guy. Yes, I was lucky because I was young. And if you start in this age, you will be lucky also. Because a lot of guys trying to start business after 25. Yes, you can start any. at any age, but you must understand that if you missed these ages, you will never get them back. It's unreturnable time. It's the best time of your life. You need to risk because exactly in this time you will get the luck, extreme luck. It's sales that this world will give you. 90% discount for everything. You can achieve everything. Why? Because this world interested in you because you are young, because only rebels changing this world. This world is not so interested in slaves because there are a lot of slaves already who's ready for work for the plate of meal, if you get me what I want to say. Yes, I was lucky. We got this place. We take this place. We invested not so much money, buy music system, etc., etc. And we was planning the opening when he called us, the owner of this place. And he said that he can't rent this place anymore for us because this place belongs to the city. It's not a commerce place. And somebody from government of the city saw our site, club site, and called him and said him to stop this. And he said that he will return our investments and we can't open. It was my first obstacle. Yes, I was very lucky. But even when you are very lucky, there are obstacles that comes to your life. And I will not tell you that, of course, it was a sign from God that club is not the best place and you can find another idea. But I was too young. I was too young to understand this. For you, this is the next lesson. When some sort of obstacles come for your life, you must to understand that these obstacles are given for you for your better life, and you must to get the idea why this comes to your life. This guy called us and he gave our money back, but we have said him, yes, you can give our money back, but there is one problem. We invested also our time. He also give us extra money for our times. So it was first my big money. We earned about $100,000 extra, and it was quite good money because we shared it by three of us. Because the fourth partner, he was like an investor. He didn't invest his time. He didn't do anything, and we shared it by three of us. And I earned more than $30,000. I was quite young. It was good money. Because it was 2012. It was 13 years ago. Nice amount for this time for the young guy. What we did next? We find another place, a place better, and guess what? It was a former club. It wasn't even a bar. It was a club that was closed. We find, and the owners of the place was also investors that gave money for some sort of donkeys who wasted their money, and they was so interested in us. They was so interested us to rent this club and open. It was very helpful. There were everything, music system. It was like the kitchen was already ready. We just like did a little bit renovation. It was not so expensive, but you must understand, even it wasn't expensive. It cost a lot. And after our start, we started renovation, we start preparation for opening. It was the second obstacle. The money is gone. The money ran out, and we stay without money before the opening. But guess what? We have the fourth investor, and he is very interested to find money. And he found. We said him that we are out of money and we need extra investment for opening. And he found $200,000 extra. It's another lesson which you must to understand that if somebody are already invested in you, he is interested in your success. He will find another investigation. What does it mean? It means that you need to start. When you start, everything begins. After the first investigation will be the next. But you need to work. We was working like a hell. I was sometimes sleep at that location. You must understand. It's like very dusty place. There is renovation and I haven't got the time to go home. I'm sleeping there just because I have a work to be done. It's construction place. You must. It's very dusty. It's not a good place to sleep. But I was working for my idea. I was understanding that it's my business. That I'm starting something for me. It was very how to say. I think that we can. I think that I told you a lot. If you are a smart guy, you will understand everything. But what I want to say you, if you are 18 now and you start something, it would be the best part of your life. Yes, it can be hard. Yes, sometimes you can feel drained because you work too much, but you're working for yourself. You're going to your own path and it's super funny. It's giving you joy. It's joyful. Don't waste your time in this area of life for the chasing girls. You don't need it. For wasting times with donkeys. For doing the goals of your parents. Nothing of this doesn't have a sense. The only thing that have a sense now is preparation for your launch. And from the area of 18 up to 22 is just preparation. In 23, 24, you can start to earn money. In 25, you will start to earn big money if you start in 18. You can be even millionaire. Guys, this information is real experience of the guy who did this in his life. And this information is given for you from me without any pain. The only thing that I want from you is to reflect on what I'm saying in this video. Don't forget about God. Don't forget about yourself. Don't be a coward. Take a risk. You can be foolish. You can be risky. It doesn't matter if you have a balls and you have a trust in God.